I'm Mark Boulos. I'm an artist and filmmaker exhibiting a solo survey show here at FACT in October 2013. And the works include a new commission called Echo and three older works, All That Is All Melts Into Air, No Permanent Address, and The Origin of the World. All That Is All Melts Into Air is a two-screen work about oil, and it's an object lesson in Marx's idea of commodity fetishism. And it opposes the images of the real economy with that of the abstract economy. In specific, the real economy is in the Niger Delta in Nigeria, where the oil field is also a battlefield, and the people who live next to the oil fields are poor and starving and fighting against the oil corporations who are doing their mining there and who are destroying the environment and leaving those people poor. And on the abstract economy, I filmed the Chicago Mercantile Exchange, where traders trade futures and derivatives of oil. The movement for the emancipation of the Niger Delta, I really liked the way that they were articulating their struggle in direct opposition to the corporations and not only to the government. They were addressing corporate neocolonialism and imperialism and not simply political oppression. I was interested in dealing with imperialism and exploitation, but not filming victims and instead heroes. So I wanted to elicit a feeling that is not pity, but show people who are in some way inspiring. And for that, they need to be fighting back. And so both of the films take the necessity of armed struggle as a base point, really, as an assumption. I'm also presenting No Permanent Address, which is a three-screen work about Marxism, but this time instead of constructing a Marxist dialectic through the use of two different screens, I'm actually filming people who believe in and live Marxism with as much fidelity as they can muster, and those are Maoist revolutionaries in the coconut groves of the Philippines. My interest in the Filipino communists was I was very interested in filming a communist rebel group, and I was interested in talking explicitly about Marxism as a lived experience and as a material reality. And Marxism isn't as popular as it once was in the world. Many Marxist governments have fallen, and I wanted to explore the idea of Marxism persisting beyond the supposed death of communism, and so took the New People's Army as an example of that. I think my recurring favorite scene is Comrade Lala, who is the only female military commander in the New People's Army. She is particularly powerful because she's a squad or platoon leader, and she's training young peasant boys and one girl on their firearms, and she's going through them as a drill sergeant, and all the while wearing an amazing fuchsia top and big glasses, so she really looks like a movie star. They are political films in that. I think I also use politics as an artist to create a strong sense of affectation and location and disturbance. They're war films as well. I mean, they've been described as propagandistic, but they also are about violence and aggression as well. And a radical kind of subjectivity where they are heroes because though they are kind of cast into small roles in society, they kind of wrestle power from the forces that would control them and become rebels, basically. So it's quite a cinematic story, as it were. I mean, this kind of underdog fights the imperial overlord we've seen in many a classic movie, but the difference here is that the story is fragmented. It's not really a story, and it's also meant to be an example rather than a specific historical case study. It's kind of more universal than that. And it's also not only meant to elicit sympathy, but to kind of deliver you to this position, their position, which is so radically other. They're in a place that is on the other side of the world. It's on the other side of the trees. It's on the other side of the law. So it's kind of about moving your perspective and point of view to theirs.